One thing, one thing we definitely need to stop doing is exploiting your kids on the internet for the sake of profit. It's very prevalent nowadays. You see it all the time. Very common. And my views on showing your kids on the internet, I think it's wrong. Especially if you're a celebrity. Especially if you're a celebrity. Oh, the wrongness. It's a wicked world we live in. I remember, I think it was about 1 or 2 years ago. A former famous MMA fighter, I don't know if he's retired or not, but that's besides the point. Conor McGregor had a child, right? A newborn, an infant, if you will. He posted a picture of his child onto Instagram, and he was getting a lot of scrutiny. You know, and I experienced it with my own eyes because of my classmates saying that the baby looked ugly. Now, whether the baby was deformed or not, and regardless of your thoughts on the baby, you know, let's take into the context if you thought the baby was not pleasing to your eye, don't say it out loud. There's no need, keep it in your head. It's so unfair. The baby did nothing wrong, it was just born. Come on, have some respect for it. And it's gonna be sad for the baby growing up also. Being conditioned, thinking that the baby's not good enough, his self-worth isn't good enough. Because of the people around him telling him so. It's not good enough, and it's fucking up his mental health. And it's fucked up his mental health. These other people are gonna be more prone to crimes, seeking substances to try and make them feel whole and feel the hole into their heart. Now, I do believe a mother's love and a community's love is of the utmost importance, but now they'll have this mindset that only external attraction will be able to fill the love inside. They'll be left with a gaping hole. They won't know that it's God that can fill the hole. They'll start to pursue all these superficial things like, I don't know, if they're a man, well, they're going to pursue women. In excess, if they're a woman, they're going to pursue a man. In excess, the attention of both. Food, drinks, whatever you name it. All these external worldly pleasures to an excess degree. Because they'll try to place their self-worth in that, which is ironic. Because eventually all those things will fade. And then you're back to where you started. The conditioning is crazy. And wait, that's only one rabbit hole. This shit goes way deeper. But back to the main topic. Let's not go too far out in terms of what we were talking about. It's bad on the kids. It really is bad on the kids. And I worry for those kids. I feel for those kids. No permission, no consent. Just put them on the internet. It's crazy work. Now, if they want to be on camera, fair. Okay, fair play. But I think it's wrong to just put your child out there on the internet. If you're gonna film them, at least blur their face out. It's a weird world out there, man. I'm telling you, you don't know who's watching your child on the internet. There may be pedos masturbating to your child who's maybe 6 years old. I know, it's fucking disgusting. People like that, they do exist. Sad as it is to say, they exist. We need to be wary, we need to be careful. Careful what you post on the internet. You know? When you post a child on the internet, especially when they're a young, impressionable age, especially before teenage years, you're gonna see all these comments. Yes, I believe you should focus on the good more than the bad. But at the same time, when you're just posting your kids on the internet, you're gonna have to deal with this mental bandwidth that you would have been better without. Right? The negative comments, oh, your child is this, your child is that. Even if they have the most beautiful blessings, right? They're gonna find something to pick on. Naturally, that's gonna play on your mind as a parent. It's not a good dynamic to have. It sucks. Don't even get me started on paparazzi. Let's go back to the celebrity effect. When you're a celebrity, you're walking outside. I saw the Kardashians do this. All the time I see their paparazzis on the internet. They're walking, they have their kids with them. The kids are fucking traumatized. You're just taking care. How heartless is that? So wrong, so wrong. But they don't care. Because the love of money is the root of all evil. They're just doing their job, right? The things we do for profit sometimes is sickening. Money isn't inherently bad, no. It's the root of all evil because the things we do to acquire money. We are the most evil race in humanity, humans, but we can be the most beautiful at the same time. Because we're the most intelligent. We're made in God's image. So we have the characteristics of violence and non-violence the same way God does. It's just unfortunate how some of us are not really. We're just filled with hatred and executes on poor ways. So, and it's always for profit. Goes back to what I said, love and money, this context of the root of all evil. Why are we showing our kids? Keep your kids private. Give them the private life they deserve. They're babies. Why are you filming them? Why are you putting them on the internet? Did you get their consent? They don't even have to speak yet. At least wait a few years. The least you could do is get their consent. Don't just post them there. I never understand that. It's sad. It's really sad. I can only imagine how overwhelming it is for the children as well. I saw this Ronaldo video a while back. He's like, Ronaldo doesn't even take his kids to the park. He's too well known. And I'm sure, I'm sure he doesn't willingly post his child on the internet and whatnot. But paparazzi, everyone's gonna probably take pictures from the side or from a distance. They're just gonna know. Even in that aspect, it's rough on the kid. Poor kid, man. Can't even do simple pleasures now. Everyone knows who you are in every country. Your dad's the most famous footballer in the world. Maybe in history, arguably. I don't know much about football, man. But I know enough to say that, hey, having your kids outside like that, on the public eye, it's not healthy for their mind. Not healthy for them to know that much people. You have to remember, social media is very recent. This shit was only made like 20, 25 years ago. You think God created our brain to be used to millions of people knowing who you are? You think God created an adult for millions of people to know your child? Absolutely not. Maybe if you're from a rich background, that may differ. But the majority of us are not from royalty or, famous aristocratical families or whatever you want to name it. Nobles, if you will. I'm talking for the majority, man. For the sake of your child's health, please don't put them on the internet. Especially without their permission. I think it's wrong. A lot of people, they groom their kids for the internet views. You see Ryan tour reviews? Kids got groomed as fuck. He's got net worth of like 100 million. Kid's 13. Parents are grooming him. You can just see in his face, in his videos. You don't have to watch his videos, but you can maybe take a few sneak peeks or two to really get what I'm talking about. That genuinity, that child just wants to want to play those toys is gone. And of course it's gone. You're 13, you're turning 14 this year. I wasn't playing with toys when I was 14. Hell no. Playing fucking video games. You're a kid, you're a teenager, you're evolving. It's sad seeing kids get exploited like this and they don't know any better. The man hasn't fully matured yet. Neither has mine. I'm only 19. Still have 6 years to go. But especially with them, because they still have 10, 15 years left. And their mindset that, it's only evolution thing. Animals, they're going to look up to someone older. They just have this instinctive mentality of, oh, you're older than me. You have more life experience. I'll listen, I'll follow you. Nothing wrong with that. But we just need to hope the parents are good and they have good morals. But from what I'm seeing, some parents aren't. They're grooming their kids. It's sad. Some of you guys, you choose to have kids and it was unplanned. You just lack sexual discipline. You had intercourse with a random person you'll never see again. The dad left. Now you're with this person. Sad. So I guess in that standard, you could argue they were born by mistake. But God will use it for good though. So the baby doesn't truly feel empty. Unless he finds out the truth. God will turn that into good. But preferably, it would be better if those circumstances were not to happen and you don't bring the child into the world by accident. Some people just bring children into the world to exploit them. Pimping them out. Instantly thought of the Kardashians in my mind. They got pimped the fuck out, especially Kim. Damn! She got pimped out. It's wrong. Family channels, all this stuff, man. Now, I think the best approach, of course, is children. They're precious. You want to film them all day, of course. Take pictures, take the videos. Memories are going to pass. They're not going to be young forever, I get it. If you're going to post that, I would say the best approach, I'm not a parent yet. I'm only 19. But if you were to do that, here's what I would do. Film them when they're young. Wait till they're 18 plus. Then you can post them. Get their consent, of course. Don't want to just legally put someone on the internet without their permission. Because the internet's a big place, man. And most of the things you put out there is just there forever. So think wisely for things that you do. Be careful. Because not everyone wants to be on the internet like you. You have to understand people's boundaries. And I completely understand. Understand the boundaries and go from there. Just be a better parent, for flip's sake, man. Do it for your kid. Stop being selfish. It's more than just you now as a parent. Do for your kids. Make them happy. Give them an easier life. And the mental aspects. You know? Forge their mind, make them stronger in the future. They don't have to go through all of this childhood trauma BS. You know? Really, the whole point of parenting is to put that person in a better position than we were. And exploiting your kids for profits, not very good. Ace family is very prevalent with this. They went through a nasty divorce last year, didn't they? Whew. Ah! That's one of many case studies. But don't exploit your kids, it's wrong. Don't do that. Stop.